Welcome to guided meditation and mindful movement. This is Leo on behalf of Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center. Visit us on Facebook at Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center or on the web at urbanyoga.org to check out the schedule of classes and to stop by the tip jar to make donations supporting our online offerings. Get comfortable sitting, or if you'd rather kneel than sit, that's fine. Actually, any position at all will do to start. If you feel more like lying down than sitting or kneeling. If you like to, close your eyes, bring your attention to your breath. Just noticing it getting deeper and slower. Process that starts right when you start paying attention to your breath. Taking in your contact with the ground, the movements of your breathing. Acknowledging the space that you're in, whatever is reaching your senses from your environment. All of these things, focusing on the breath, checking in with our grounding contact, situating ourselves in our environment, help our body and our mind relax. And today we're going to work with this acronym of RAIN. So the first letter R is for relaxation. So by becoming quiet and still, both the body and the mind relax as the breath slows down. Scanning your body, taking in whatever sensations are there. Making note of any unpleasant sensation, any signs of trouble, so we can remember these things when we get to our movement practice, knowing that we can skip or modify any part of practice. We needn't worry or get upset about discomfort that registers in the body when we check in with ourselves, scan the body. We just know that it's just information to take in, things to integrate. One of the meanings of the word yoga is to yoke, like to tie together, to integrate. So just becoming aware of what's going on in the body, not just the issues that are going on, but things that feel good too, of course. Helps us take care of ourselves in our movement practice. And moving beyond the physical stuff now, scanning what's going on mentally and emotionally for you today. What are you bringing to your practice? And here too, it's a full inventory, or as full as we're able to at any time we partake of such an inventory opportunity, noting the positive and the negative. So not avoiding any trouble that's been going on, if you've been having a hard time with certain feelings or certain thoughts, certain things that have happened, just noticing them. So the second letter of the RAIN acronym, A, acknowledging. After all, parts of our lives, parts of ourselves that are challenging are still parts of us. They are opportunities for growth, opportunities to strengthen certain things, to shed certain things. So whether it be a relationship where there's some issues going on, or something internally, a pattern of thought, a cycle of emotion, or just an emotion that's stuck, maybe a space you've had a hard time moving out of. Acknowledging whatever is there as you scan over your emotional and mental landscape. Rather than shying away from or avoiding things that have been challenging, let's get interested in them. There's the third letter of our RAIN acronym, interested. So relaxed, aware, acknowledging, and interested. So whatever you might have been having difficulty with recently, mentally or emotionally, becoming interested in it rather than get frustrated or try to deny what's going on, to stuff it down or pretend it's not there. Get curious. Why am I feeling this when that happens? Why am I thinking that when this thing happens? Whatever it is, just taking some moments to cultivate this interest, this curiosity in these, whatever we want to label them, sticking points. You could say areas of interest. Someone once said that the difference between stumbling blocks and stepping stones is just how you walk, where you put your feet, where you put your attention. So maybe something we've been stuck on or stumbling over is something to focus on and work on. Becoming aware and becoming interested can help us to grow. And then the last letter in our acronym of RAIN, nurturing. Not just becoming curious and interested in these things that we're stuck on or we've been struggling with, but to actually direct some love towards these parts of ourselves that maybe we deemed as negative or problems or bad. Recognizing that our anger, the mental loops we can fall into, we all have some. Whatever it is that's come up in your inventory, just loving it as part of yourself. Help it to run its course. When we're stuck on a certain point or stuck in a loop, pretending we're not doesn't get us out of it. Getting angry or upset about it doesn't get us out. Becoming curious, becoming loving towards the stuck places, the difficult aspects of ourselves. Help things cycle through. Acronyms are handy because they can help us to remember things. And maybe the next time you find yourself stuck on something, having a difficult time with someone or just with yourself, you can take some time to relax, to acknowledge, become aware, become interested, and then nurturing towards whatever it is, because let's face it, there's always something, right? We work on one thing, we grow and move beyond it, and something else will come up. Something else will present itself. I've heard folks compare this cycle of continual self-awareness, self-improvement as being similar to the carnival or arcade game Whack-A-Mole, where there are little stuffed critters that pop up out of holes and you have a padded mallet. Knock one down, another one comes. So there's always something to work on. And this bigger picture is also something to just acknowledge, become interested in, and nurture. And maybe from these reflections, there's one thing that has risen above the others, and from that, maybe you can set an intention, something to keep in mind during the rest of our practice today. Just letting that intention finish coming together over the next few breaths before we start moving around. Let's take 3 deep, clearing breaths. In through your nose and out through your mouth with a sigh. If you've had your eyes closed, you can let them open now. Bring your arms to hang by your sides, let them just be loose and passive, let your shoulders relax. Raise your right shoulder up towards your ear, slide it back and let it down. And then your left shoulder up and back and down. Let your chin drop towards your chest. And really take your time exploring some circling movements, rolling your ear towards your shoulder, letting your gaze tip up towards the ceiling, on over towards the other shoulder, back down through center. Of course, if you encounter a place in your neck that's particularly tight, you can pause to rock back and forth there, ease some of that tension out. Sometimes we just wake up with some tightness in the neck. Sometimes it develops as part of a stress response. Neck and shoulders one of the places in the body where we tend to hold the residue of things that stress us. And let's change the direction of these circles. When you finish the next circle, lift your chin and face forward. Bring your hands to rest on your legs. Inhale, draw your heart forward, let your head tip back. Exhale, draw your heart back, let your head tip forward. Following at the pace of your own breath a few more times. After your next exhale, sit up nice and tall. Reach your arms out to the sides. Just rest your fingertips on the floor to stay long in your spine. Inhale, raise your right arm up alongside your ear. As you exhale, reach across to the left and lean into your left hand. Stay anchored in both sides of your seat. Feel lengthening from right hip to right fingertips, allowing your head to be wherever your neck feels comfortable. And maybe it's comfortable in more than one spot. You can find the one that's most comfortable. Inhale to come upright. Exhale, come into a twist. Right hand on the floor behind you, just the fingertips. Left hand on right leg. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, twist some more. Think of working your way up from the waist, seeing if with each exhale, maybe there's further to go. Spirit of inquiry, asking your body if it wants to go further, not telling it to do so. That interest, that curiosity. Let your twist unwind. Then inhale to lift your left arm up. As you exhale, reach across. Inhale to come upright, and as you exhale, come into the other twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Allow your twists to unwind. Lift the leg. I'm just taking the one in front. Doesn't matter which one you start with. We'll do both. With your opposite hand, grab your toes. I'm interlacing my fingers between my toes. If you practice with socks on and you can't do that, you can just wrap your hand over the tops of your toes. Let the leg be passive, the foot be passive. Let the hands and arms do the work. Gently and slowly move your foot in circles. And change direction. Release your toes. Use both arms to support the weight of your whole leg. Feel for the femur hanging in the hip socket. And rock your leg in slow, gentle circles. Just exploring the hip. Maybe the circles get a little bigger, but just let it happen. Don't make them. Just by exploring the movement, generally, the range of motion increases, but it's okay if it doesn't. Change direction. It's okay if you can't tell. Let's let that leg down and lift the other one. Grab your toes. Slowly and gently. Exploring that ankle. Supporting and guiding the foot in these circles. And take a few going the other way. Release your toes. Support the weight of the whole leg. And explore those bigger circles for the hip. And a few in the other direction. Let that leg down. Rest your hands in front of you and walk them forward as much as you want. Doesn't have to be as much as you can. Let your neck relax, let your head hang. Breathe into your back or breathe into any spots where you feel tension. Think of sending the breath there, helping to ease and open things. And maybe as things open up, you find your hand want to go forward further. Inhaling slowly, walk your hands back and sit yourself up. Take your time to come up onto your hands and knees.
Reach your left foot back, press against the ball of your foot. On the next inhale, reach your right arm forward, parallel to the ground, thumb up. On the next inhale, lift your left foot, reach straight back. And let's play with a little movement here. Exhale, draw your knee towards your elbow, round your back towards the ceiling. And then inhale, extend your limbs out again. Let's do it 2 more times. Exhale, draw them in. Inhale, lengthen out. Then bend your knee, reach back. If you can take hold of your foot or ankle, kick against your hand, lift your knee and your chin. And if you can't take hold of your foot or your ankle, don't worry about it. Release, let your knee and your hand down. Take a few cow and cat breaths. Drawing your heart forward and then up. Letting your heart be the center of the movement and just letting your head and your tailbone float according to the beautiful natural curves of your spine. After your next exhale, come back to table. Reach back with your right foot, press the ball of your foot against the floor. On an inhale, reach your left arm forward. On an inhale, pick your right foot up and reach straight back. Exhale, draw your knee and your elbow towards each other. Inhale, extend out. 2 more times. And then bend your knee, reach back, see about taking that bind, opening your shoulder and midline, and stretching your quads. Release, lower down, and take a few cow and cat breaths again. After your next exhale, come back to table. Curl your toes under. Walk your hands in towards your knees. So you come standing up on your knees. Next, we're going to sit back towards the heels. And you can decide how far you're going to go. This creates a lot of sensation in your feet. Some like to use props between the heels and the seat, or between the seat and the floor. You put your block between your ankles like that. Me, I like to sit right back to here. But I'm sure when I was new at this, I didn't sit quite so low. This feels great for my feet, but you can always adjust the height of your seat. While we stretch the feet, let's stretch the hands. Hold your right hand palm up in front. We're going to do 1 breath for each finger. Take hold of your pinky. Inhale, gently draw it out. And exhale, gently draw it down. On to the next finger. Nice, long, deep breaths. Of course, we're not just stretching the hand here. When you Draw down the finger, you're opening the wrist, stretching the forearm. After the thumb, of course, we switch hands. One breath for each finger on the left hand as well. And then tip forward onto your hands. Untuck your toes and bang your feet on the floor. Let's bring big toes together. Open your knees wider if you like. Sit back to child's pose. If your knees give you trouble, it might feel more comfortable to keep them in closer. If your head doesn't come down to the floor, you can stack your hands and rest your forehead on your hands, or use a pillow or block under your forehead. You want to support the weight of your head so your neck disengages. Scan your body, observe your breath. Maybe check in with your intention. Recalling what came up during our rain meditation. Inhale, come forward and up, pass through table and keep coming forward. So we're gonna just float from table to a heart opener. And listen to your body. Maybe it's upward facing dog like this, but if it's too much on the lower back, do some cobra. So cobra can be anywhere from here to here. And then if the knees are up, then you're in upward dog. And let's just float between our heart opener and child's pose a few times. So exhale, sit back, nice long breaths. Inhale, come forward. And if you find a smaller range of movement works better for you, just go with what feels nice. And if it feels good to pause at the end of your heart opener or at the other end in child's pose, you can pause wherever you like. And then let's all meet in table and shift to come to a seat. with your legs extended forward and your feet flexed back. Inhale, reach up overhead. Exhale, fold down over your legs. If your knees want to bend, they can bend as much as they want. As you inhale, think of coming forward a little more. As you exhale, think of lowering down. Inhaling, walk your hands up the front of your legs. Sit up. Use your arms to help your legs, nudge them apart. Then we're going to bend the right leg, bring the right foot over to the left leg, the thigh or the knee. If it doesn't feel good to have this knee hang in the air, you can have a block under your knee here. A lot of people like to have that support there. Pivot your torso to aim the center of your chest at your left foot and flex your left foot back towards you. Inhale, reach up overhead. Exhale, fold down over that extended leg. And slowly open your right arm way out to the right. Reach it up alongside your ear. Right hand's coming overhead towards your left hand. Letting your head be wherever your neck feels good. I'm doing compression in the lower back here. Compression that accumulates from time we spend sitting, especially if we sit for extended periods. Inhaling, slowly reach up, out to the right again. Take your time to bring that arm across, bring the right hand to the left hand. Inhaling, walk your hands up your leg and lift your torso. Using your arms to help. Extend the right leg, bend the left, and bring the foot across. Pivot your torso, flex your right foot. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold down. Slowly reach your left arm way over to the left and then up alongside your ear, coming overhead towards the other arm. Take your time to reach up, then out to the left, and bring your left hand back to your right hand. Inhaling, walk your hands up your leg, sit up. Extend the left leg way, bend the right, bring the soles of your feet together, leaving a big space between your heels and your pelvis. How far away from your pelvis can you have your feet still have the soles together? Then reach over your ankles or under your ankles and walk your hands forward on the mat. Letting your neck relax, breathing into your back or wherever you detect tension. Slowly walk your hands back and lift your torso, sit upright. Keeping your feet together, bring them in closer. Interlace your fingers, hold your toes between your hands. Wriggle on your seat, shift the bones in the seat closer to the floor to tilt your pelvis forward and open your hips. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips. Spine nice and long. And just see how far that might go. How far forward does your long spine want to fold? And when you're not folding forward anymore like that, let your neck release, let your head drop, let your spine round. Breathe into your hips. Inhale, slowly sit up. Bring your hands to the outsides of your knees. Nudge your knees up towards each other. Rest your feet on the floor. Bring your hands behind you. And gently lower down onto your back. Draw your knees to your chest and hug your knees. Rock and roll to massage your back against the floor. Reach your arms out to the sides, palms facing up. The closer your knees are to your torso, the deeper this twist we're going to do will feel. So you can decide how deep a twist you want. See if you can keep your shoulders nicely grounded when you twist. Let your legs go to the right and turn your head to the left. Take your time, bring everything back up through center, and just let the movement continue to carry you into the opposite twist. Let that unwind, come up to center. Reach your feet up. Reach your hands up, take hold of your legs or your feet, and play with moving your arms and legs. however you want. Getting curious about what movements your body is calling for, what movements feel good for you. Whenever you feel complete with that, make your way to your final resting pose. Any posture where you're comfortable. It doesn't have to be the traditional corpse pose. If you like, close your eyes. You might reflect back on our starting meditation or on an intention that sprang from that. Or simply focus on your breath. Or let go of the need to really focus at all. Start to find some deeper breaths. And invite your body to move around in whatever ways it wants to. And gently, mindfully, letting the movements grow bigger and bigger. And take your time When you're ready to sit yourself up. Bring your hands by your heart. Thank you for joining me in practice today. The light within me sees and honors the same light. Namaste.